make announcements about events that are coming up, so I'll take those people as well, and I'll make some announcements at different times about other events that are up and coming. So, but it is fabulous to see so many people here. So, with no further ado, we're going to Lisa McKenzie first.
I'm really small, and if I don't, you won't see me. But you will hear me. I've got a big gob. God, thank you, People's Assembly, for inviting me. It's like mad. This is my own time. Before last week, they didn't hear me. That's a lie, lots of people do. But nobody would clap for it. I suppose what we're here tonight for, really, is to think about where we go from here. And over the last couple of weeks, I've really been thinking about this, is where we go. And you know what I can't help but do is think about where we've come from. And I think this period, this last couple of weeks, has really made me think about where I'm from. And I'm from Sutton-in-Ashfield, which is 10 miles away from Nottingham city centre. It was devastated in 1984 by Mrs. Thatcher. We were devastated as a community, and my family were devastated. My dad's on his way up. Oh, where is he? Oh, he's on his way. My dad's on his way up, who was one of the few striking miners here in Nottingham. At the pit that he worked at, he was one of 17 that stayed out for the whole year. Because he doesn't know that he is a hero, but he is. Because on the day that the Yorkshire miners and the Welsh miners marched into work with the banners, my dad was hauled in front of the manager, and he was demoted and he was put on the pit top, and he had his wages cut by half. So after a year of poverty, we had another few years of poverty. We never got over that, actually, as a family. And so that's why tonight's really important for me to be here. Because although I want to think about the future and where we are in the future, what I want to do is also think about my past and my history. Because for me, this is really important. This is the reason why I wrote this book. It's the reason why I do the things I do. It's also the reason why I have massive arguments with Owen about the Labour Party. Because for me, this is a lived experience. When I was 18, I was 16 when my dad went on strike. When he went back to work and we were brutalised, that's the only word I can say. I was 17 and I was made to feel absolutely ashamed of my background and where I'd come from. We felt as working class people that we were no good. We felt that we were old fashioned, that we were rubbish. We weren't part of this new era of Thatcherism that was about money. Our politics were old-fashioned, our communities were old-fashioned. And to be honest, all I wanted to do was get away. And I did. And do you know where I went to? I went to St. Albans. Which is across the road. So I didn't go far. But I went to St. Anne's. And when I lived, and I had my son when I was 19, is he on his way as well? He's 26 there. And I lived in a flat over the road in St. Anne's. He's not really funny, just telling you this, but I am going to say it. We didn't have, he slept in a cupboard when he was... I was that mother in 1989 that John Major said I was getting pregnant for a council flat. I was that mother. That doesn't make you feel good about yourself when you're 19. And this is what my life has been like under the Tories. I've been made to feel that I'm no good, useless, worthless. In 2009, I handed my PhD in at Nottingham University. Because what I am is I am somebody that was written off by the Tories. But I don't know how that happened, but I came back, and that's why I wrote this book, and that's why I do the things that I do. Is because I know I was written off, but I know there's thousands and thousands and thousands of us all over this country and my biggest fear for the next 5-6 years is that people like me, women like me, are getting written off. So that's kind of quite depressing, actually, if you look at the past. But there's some hope, and I do think there's some hope. And I suppose what I'm going to do tonight is open the debate up with where do we go from here? The Labour Party abandoned us. The Labour Party abandoned working class people a long time ago. Over the election, they won't even call us working class. And when you take away class, when you remove the language of class, you remove our history, you remove our experiences, you remove our culture, and you remove who we are. Now, I want to be working class, and I'm proud to be working class. Because I've got a degree, I'm not fucking middle class. Because I've got a PhD, I'm not middle class. I'm a working class woman, and guess what? I can read a book. And I can write a book. And working class people can read books and write books. And we can stand and we can talk. And we can have a laugh and we're eloquent. And this is what I want really for us to hold on to, working class people. When the Labour Party, the Tories are brilliant at fucking class war. They're winning it. They're brilliant at it. The Labour Party to me is Prozac. And I come from a place, sort of in Ashfield, where they used to say, if they put a pig up for Labour, the pig would get in. Well, guess what? Guess what? We've got pigs. And that's what they put up, and we voted for it. So what I want to say is, as a working class woman, it's time for us to be working class again and to be proud of that. We're not all middle class now. Inequality has never been so deep as it is now. Social mobility has stopped. And even though I'm actually not a fan of social mobility, I don't want social mobility. I don't want the cherry picking of the greatest and the good of the working class and allowing us to be middle class. I want us as working class people to rise together and to fight with each other. And so what I say is, I'm not interested in social mobility. I'm not interested in their aspiration. Because my aspiration is about living on the next street where your mum lives and making sure your family's all right. That's aspirational to me. Not going halfway around the world. Or unless you want to go and work in some publishing house somewhere, you're not aspirational. Why can't you be aspirational to make your community better? And that is what I want. But what it means is we've got to set our terms, and the only way we can do that is through being working class. And so I think tonight what I'd like to do is really open that debate up about where we go from here. I'm a direct action woman. That's what I do. I stood for Parliament, the worst fucking night of my life. I watched the fucking general election with Ian Duncan Smith, the worst night of my life. You cannot imagine how bad that was. But I tell you what I learned from that experience is that the democracy in this country is not for us. It's not for